Hey pals, it's Sassy Cassie, and welcome back to another reaction video of Naruto! As always, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video. Thank you so much for following me on my shinobi journey. Second, as a reminder that even though I've been an anime fan for a very long time, I have never watched Naruto. However, because it's been out for so long, because of the internet, and because one of my bestest friends in the whole world just loves Naruto, there are some things about it that I already know. This is mostly like character names, maybe what they look like, no real major plot points. It has come to my attention, however, that I may know more than I think I know, but I'm not sure what these things are until they come up in the show. So, I apologize in advance if this bothers anybody, but we're just going to keep watching Naruto and enjoying it to the fullest. On to the recap. In the last episode, there was closure, which is, again, I still feel weird about it because this is like one of the very few episodes, at least probably the only episode in a very long time where the end of the episode is like all the conflicts, well, not all of them, but like the conflicts of this specific arc had come to an end. They've resolved so many things. Tsunade is going to be the Hokage. They're going to go back home and hopefully she can help Sasuke and Kakashi, and maybe when she's at it she can help Lee. Orochimaru has fled. He hinted that there are other ways to heal his arms, which just does not bode well, and I just want him to go away, but I know I'm not going to get my wish, so you know what, I'm just going to deal with it on the inside. So going forward, I'm curious as to what is going to happen next. I know that the next episode, episode 97, is a filler episode, at least according to the Naruto filler list that was sent to me way back in the beginning when I first started watching this. So I'm actually going to skip episode 97. I'm going to go to episode 98 and we're going to see what happens. I'm kind of hoping we're going to get like a, I don't know, like induction ceremony of Tsunade becoming the Hokage. I hope that we get to see some of our friends, some of the other Genin, and see how they're doing, and hopefully everybody's okay. Also, the last time we saw the village, it was kind of in shambles because the Sand Village plus Orochimaru attacked, well, I guess technically the Sound Village. The point is, lots of things were happening last we left our dear little Leaf Village, so I'm very curious how it's gonna go, how we're gonna proceed. So without further ado, let's get into it. Are we back in the village already? Oh, we do. We get to see some of our friends. They're all doing okay. At least, I'm assuming, because he's taken a leisurely stroll through the forest.
You nailed it! Now that's aerial dynamic marking! Now try it while spinning!
That's a little odd. I guess they train in their own ways.
It must be so nice to have something you're good at and that you love like the three of you have.
You will find your strength someday too, Hinata.
Aw, that's so encouraging. Thank you.
So, what is it? There's something you want to tell me?
Well...
He's pretty perceptive.
Right.
Okay, listen up. I'm afraid that once again I'm going to have to dismiss class early.
They're not upset about that.
The problem is your homework.
Oh, I should have known. Iruka's such a teacher, such a sensei.
Hey, that means no taijutsu class today! Yeah, but we keep getting out early or getting the whole day off. That can't be good,
That is a fair point. They might be missing out on some things that they would learn otherwise, and that could potentially help them become better Genin. Oh.
What is it? What's wrong?
Does he sense it? That there's a new Hokage? Or are they moving his stuff out? He's probably still upset.
I
these things, they're just in the way, you see, so we...
That's the wrong thing to say.
The fifth Hokage has finally been chosen. It's a big relief to the whole village. Now the one that's been chosen is moving in, so we have to...
No! No way! It's too soon for a new Hokage!
That's so tough.
It reminds me of my baby blanket. Who are you? And what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? Well, what are you?
So they're already back in the village, and they... Okay.
You watch your step, little boy. I wish you'd try and behave nicely, because of course I'm the one everybody complains to.
I'm glad that she's like in high spirits.
Little boy either!
I'm glad Naruto's in high spirits too.
Why don't you watch where you're standing?
Is that you, Naruto?
What the? Konohamaru, is that you?
No, can't possibly.
Who is she, anyway?
Well, it's a long story.
Why is Naruto looking for Tsunade?
Gotta get her to the infirmary pronto!
Ah, you know what? That makes sense.
Supposed to be some hotshot medical ninja. Everyone's making such a big deal about her being Hokage. Has she forgotten what she came here for?
To be Hokage.
Big deal. All I care about is her doing what she promised to do.
I don't believe you. Huh? You're lying, Naruto! It's not true!
There are a lot of emotions in this episode already. Ugh. Yeah, Neji. That kind of scared me, I'm not gonna lie. Oh.
Neji! Hey, haven't you heard the news? Lady Tsunade's returned. It's really her. Don't you want to see her?
He probably doesn't care. He's still coming to terms with everything that happened.
Send word to the feudal lord that the fifth Hokage has officially arrived in the village. All the preparations must begin at once for the installation ceremony.
Ah, so there is going to be a ceremony. Woohoo! I'm glad.
I hate you, Grandpa. Why did you have to go and die? A new Hokage!
I'm gonna freaking cry. But it is a very, like, natural response, if that makes sense.
Come on, are you kidding me? What about Kakashi Sensei and Sasuke and Bushy Brow?
Aw, he didn't forget about Lee. Aw.
Naruto,
Shikamaru.
Aw,
what are you doing?
Shikamaru.
Shouldn't you be somewhere stuffing your face?
How about you?
Rude,
You're usually
but
still
accurate.
asleep this time.
Don't let her good looks fool you.
Yeah?
After all, there's a reason she's the only female among the legendary Sannin.
Okay, but I mean a woman Hokage?
Oh,
Not to sound
Shikamaru.
prejudiced or anything, is that such a good idea?
Not to sound prejudiced or anything.
They're like, you can never figure them out. You never know where you stand with them. The smallest...
He has bad examples, okay?
They're just a big pain, basically.
Listen, Shikamaru. Keep in mind that without women, you and I wouldn't even exist.
Facts.
Unlike us, even the strongest of them isn't afraid to be gentle with the man she loves.
It's funny to hear him talking like this. Tied to Mom's apron strings the way he is. Ugh.
You'll
Someday
understand
you'll
someday.
understand what I'm talking about.
There you go. I like Shikamaru's dad.
Chew us out if we're late. Come on, Shikamaru.
Well, if a woman has made him a better person, I'd hate to see what he was like before.
Oh, I'm not saying that's true for all women. There are definitely some interesting exceptions out there. I wonder what his reaction will be whenever he gets up. Because he's been out for a while. Sakura sure seems mesmerized. Or maybe just very hopeful.
Sasuke! Oh, Sasuke.
Heartbreak music, it's fine. No big deal. He looks awful. Oh dear. Oh, Naruto. Naruto putting his friends first.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Okay,
Kakashi's
that's
doing
enough
better than
censoring.
Sasuke because he's
Now
actually
just one more
conscious.
and you're all done.
Rock Lee,
Or
you're
no,
next
she
door,
already healed him. Oh, poor guy. He's sitting there like so. Oh.
Look who's here to see you! It's Lady Tsunade!
Oh no. I don't like that look that she gave him.
I see. Naruto,
Huh?
do you really have time to be dawdling around here?
You're right.
That's just an excuse. It's an excuse to give him away.
Right. I'll let you take it from here.
All right.
Hey there!
I want to
Naruto?
know what's supposed to happen.
Ruka-sensei, where you been?
Rude.
I'm late, sorry. It's all the preparations for the 5th Hokage.
There's a lot happening here. Also, I love that they have like a lunch date when he got back. So cute. But I'm also really sad for Konohamaru.
Since the time you were just a kid trying to earn one of these.
I'll say. I'm glad you noticed. Admit it, aren't you glad you gave me this headband? It looks pretty darn good on me.
I don't think that's what he meant. But that look, Iruka.
You've still got a long way to go. Be careful that you don't get a swelled head.
He already kind of does.
So everyone has to pitch in, even the walking wounded, like Kakashi Sensei.
That's too bad. You're up against it, all right.
It concerns you too, Hotshot.
Yeah, he is. You are also a shinobi, Naruto.
Not ready for yet.
I'm ready, but you can't expect me to fight well on an empty stomach.
I guess you haven't changed that much.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Iruka's like such a good father figure to him, and I can't.
No one will hold it against you if you give up on being a shinobi.
What are you trying to say, Tsunade?
His injuries have left numerous bone fragments embedded in his spinal column. It's a miracle he can still move at all. He's physically incapable of carrying out the duties of a shinobi.
No! No!
Even if I were able to operate,
Don't listen to her, Lee! That's not Lady Tsunade. It's an imposter. It's some kind of demon that's transformed itself to look like...
He's in serious denial, and I'm just gonna be in denial with you. This is not fair.
no one but me could even attempt the operation. But even with my skills, the risks would be enormous.
He's gonna do it anyway.
The chances of it being successful are 50-50 at best. And if it should
That's actually
fail,
better than I thought.
he'll die.
Ugh, I hate that bottle perspective that they put on sometimes.
I will never give up, Kai Sensei. I will be back stronger than ever.
Oh, he's been training with his crutches. Ugh.
Lee.
I can't help it. Lee is my favorite, and I don't want him to give up. Well, in the sense that I don't want to, like, never not see him in the show anymore.
Lee.
He's not gonna say anything? Lee!
I understand your pain. Believe me, I get no pleasure from this. But he needs to know the truth, and to know it now. A choice has to be made. Putting it off won't make it any easier.
There's no way he's not gonna tempt it, right? It's gonna... Just putting it into the universe. He's gonna say yes, and it's gonna work. I hope. You guys. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna turn out when I go back and edit it, but okay, so first of all, I can totally understand where Konohamaru is coming from because he obviously loved his grandfather very much, even though he said that he hated him for dying. That's a very, I don't want to say common, but a very understandable response, especially for a child. Totally get that. Totally understand where he's coming from. He doesn't accept the new Hokage. He doesn't like that they're moving his grandfather's things. I am just like, I'm very curious how he's going to come to terms with that, because regardless of how he feels, she's still going to be the Hokage, or at least I assume she's still going to be the Hokage. Secondly, I'm kind of curious, and maybe I'm just not fully understanding it yet, or maybe I'll understand it when I go back and edit, because that happens to me a lot. I will like edit and I'm like, why did I not notice that before? But I'm very curious about the way they did the panning of like when when Sakura was hugging Sasuke and Naruto was just kind of like drifting further. I wonder if he was like upset for Sakura because, of how sad she was, or if, maybe he realized just how much like pain Sakura was in this whole time while he's been away. I'm not really sure. And I want to know what's going through Sasuke's head, because he's been out for a while, for a very long while. And I'm sure he has, pent up angsty feelings about everything that went down and his brother and all that. So we'll see how that goes. With Kakashi, we didn't see her healing him, but I thought he was just already awake and that she came to heal him. But, it's funny how, like, they just, like, both of them, they looked so dead. And I know that they went through a lot mentally, and being attacked mentally can be so much more draining, or at least when you're tired, like, mentally, it physically drains you more than if you were physically attacked. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'm making sense. It's kind of late. Anyway, if I could go back just a tiny second though, I really always appreciate any interaction with Utica and Naruto. I love like the pseudo father-son relationship they have. It's super, super cute. I love that they had like a lunch date set for when he got back. I think that's adorable. I also am curious. I mean, I know that he got pulled out of class and he said, there's preparations for the new Hokage, and that, there's lots of missions and things like that. But I wonder what kind of missions they're going on, if it's solely just the preparations for the ceremony. But then going forward to Lee, I mean, you guys, Lee is my favorite. I do not hide the fact that Lee is my favorite. I literally had my friend make me a plush of him. I want him to be okay. And I know that's like super selfish. Like, I want him to still be a ninja, and that's a really selfish thought, because realistically he should do whatever is best for him and for his health and for his body. But like, I can imagine what it's like to have like this big dream that you've worked so hard for and you trained so hard for, and you've put like all your effort and energy into this one dream, this one goal, and then something happens, Gara, and it's like it's all taken away from you. And I know that he has been struggling and that he's like, I'm never going to give up, I'm never going to give up. But then to have a medical professional tell you that, she would understand if you decided not to be a ninja anymore. But then, that she's the only one that could attempt the surgery, one. And two, that there's a 50-50% chance that he could die. Honestly, those odds are higher than I expected. If she was like, oh, there's like a 2% chance that you'll live, I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe not. Not necessarily putting a life on the line, but in general, 50-50 is still pretty good odds. But I'm curious if that's like an English translation thing, if it was the same in Japanese or not. But putting that aside, I'm very curious, considering that's how the episode ended, if Lee's going to decide to go through with it. I'm just gonna put out there into the universe, I'm gonna send out the good juju that if he does decide to do it, he's gonna be okay, because there's a 50% chance that he will be okay. I want Lee to have the best life, to have everything he needs and wants in life, because he's worked so hard and he deserves it. So I'm just gonna hope and put it out there that he's gonna be okay. But any hoots, thank you so much for following me on this Shinobi journey and watching this episode with me. And until next time, bye!